Hello, Isabella Grace here for Hunting the Silver Lining. And how's about this red? The glasses, the hair, the shirt. I'm for it. Yesterday I thought I wanted to be a blonde, and now that I have the red one on again, I just feel like being a redhead. Yeah, I needed the zhuzh, the lift, the fuego. Um, Today what I wanted to talk about was I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about women and femininity and, getting what you want out of life and all that good stuff so that for my, to help myself um, be good and do good and be better and evolve and manage, disappointments and difficult situations optimally or and older situations and longer term things to improve upon them or maintain them, relationship wise, based on trying to attain a deeper understanding for how we interact with one another so that we can get what we want out of life with, well, my goal will be to get what I want out of life without having to be vicious or horrendously false. Well, that's a form of viciousness in my opinion. Um, or or like I don't like this term, I'm just going to say, or prostituting myself in some way where, okay, I got what I wanted and I gave them what they wanted, but I never really wanted to be in that type of a dynamic. You know, like you're doing something you don't want to do because you think it's just what you gotta do to make a thing work. I don't know if I should take this off because of the reflection. We'll see. Let me know, okay? Not that I'm going to listen because I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and then you can come along or not. Really. So, I've I come across so much conflicting information, and I'm sure you guys too. I mean, it literally doesn't matter whether you're looking up nutrition or relationships or femininity or masculinity or, career stuff, spiritual stuff. There's a lot of bull out there, y'all. You must know this by now. And I'm a voracious consumer of information. That would probably be my addiction. I love learning, and doesn't matter whether it's just going down the rabbit hole of true crime or nutrition or relationship dynamics, politics, whatever. I just get fascinated with learning and learning and learning, and then I'm like, okay, what do I do with all this information? How is this useful to me, and is there any way I could share it with others in a way that's useful to them? So here we are attempting to experiment, and I wanted to talk about something that's really bothering me. It's made me so angry in sharp moments when I've come across it that I think I just threw it away or pushed it down or whatever. I didn't want to address it because it made me so profoundly, fundamentally, psychologically frustrated. And it's this concept that women are chasing men, or we're trying too hard, or we're too nice, or we're doing too much, or we're not doing enough, or our standard is too high and we expect too much, or we're being pygmishas and Barbara the Builders, and we're just, so weak, and our standards are so low or they're so high. There's always a problem. Someone always has a problem with women. Society seems to always have a problem with women. I don't hear society talking about men in, and I never have, in the type of way. And I adore men. Way too much sometimes. So this isn't the angle. If you thought I was building up to some type of anti-male rant, that's not what it is. What I'm talking about are the structures that society, the powers that be, the Wizard of Oz behind the ones who sometimes we know some of their names, but we're really never going to know their names because we just know the people they're paying and promoting and putting forward to present these ideas to us, like the whole 1960s free love thing. How did that benefit women? How did that benefit children? Like, now we have a whole society of single mothers, disgruntled single fathers who can't see their kids because the court system doesn't support them, women who cannot afford to support their kids, and men who don't want to be responsible. I mean, oh my God. So the point that I'm getting is that someone who didn't love humanity, who did not love us, stripped us of the structures that we knew as tradition in relationships and family and society that we took, thousands of years to figure out were the best options. Were they optimal all the time? No. Were they too harsh? Yeah. Like not being able to get divorced back in the day? Like, what if the person was a phony all along and you found out you're married to a psycho? You're not allowed to leave when he's beating you? That was wrong. So I'm not saying we didn't need to evolve and adapt, but what we did was we just threw out the baby with the bathwater and acted like males and females are interchangeable now? Really? Okay. And men now just like we literally are, so literally, I don't care what anyone's telling you, but women, the pressure on women now is we're supposed to do everything. We got to make the money, have the babies, never age, look a sex pot forever, which I'm for that. So not complaining. I'm just stating a fact of the social pressures that are upon us. And I think we should be gorgeous and sexy and enjoy ourselves and take the best care of ourselves forever. So obviously, duh. But the thing is, we had these traditional structures where men were the protectors and providers, and when they picked a woman, they to have access to her sexually and procreatively and in the home, as all the things that women traditionally did in the home, the cooking, the cleaning, the nurturing, making the holidays awesome, making the home beautiful, making the garden luscious, making the man proud and respected in society by being a really good woman in all of the traditional ways, which I think still fight against them. I don't want to do any more cooking and cleaning because it's like I'm about to be 50. I'm tired, but I still love nourishing and nurturing things, and I find if I run away from that for too long, I actually just genuinely crave to take care of someone. So it's in us. It's in us, those of us who are feminine women. But being forced to do that, okay, let's just say okay. If a man is protecting and providing for you fully for life and your offspring, okay. But they're not doing that anymore. But we're supposed to still do all the other stuff. Oh, and back in the day, we were allowed to evolve into mothers and aunties and grandmothers. But now we're just never supposed to age. But we're supposed to do all the same stuff, but never age, which costs thousands of dollars a year to maintain, even if it's just non-surgical. That's a fact. And, skincare, makeup, supplementation, hair care, facials, nails, forget it. Without surgery, it's still thousands of dollars a year. Thousands, right? And we're supposed to pay for that to look great for the men who now, not only do they not have to protect, provide, marry, stay full-time, be fathers for the rest of their lives. No, they only have to pay half now. Come on, y'all. We got robbed by this feminist dupe lie. Like, come on, y'all. I'm not the only one that's realized this, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it. But maybe I'm not in the right circles, and I don't want to get into this male hating cycle that happens in certain. I did that a little bit on the internet, and it was fun for a while to just indulge in. Yeah, we don't need them. But the truth is, we want them. If you're a feminine woman, you want masculine energy to balance you out wherever you get it, even if you're getting it from, a luscious other masculine counterpart in another woman. Is still, we want that, because I am a feminine woman and I'm talking to other feminine women, and I'm hunting the silver lining here. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm at that crossroads of life. Well, one of the many, right? It's infinite, because you always want to grow and learn and evolve and be fully in yourself. And And then when you do that, you also have this enormous juxtaposition between all of that and the world, reality. And so that's what I want to talk about and explore. And I'd love to us to have a conversation about that. If anyone's got some, it's okay if we complain a little bit because I'm doing that. But what I want is to try to focus on solutions, and solutions and resolutions. And I had mineral water, bubbled mineral water. I just love it so much. But that made me burp. So I want to say frick that to the we have to do all the stuff we always had to do, plus never age, plus stay an infinite looking sex pot who doesn't age from head to toe, and pay for half of everything, if not more, and plan the whole financial future and how to survive and make everything nourishing and sexy and happy every night and every Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the things that you have to do as a woman if you really are a feminine woman and you really want to do those things. I mean, even if you don't want to do all the work, you want that experience for yourself and your loved ones, even if it's community friendsgiving. Like this isn't limited to a traditional structure. I'm saying if you're a feminine woman, this is the conclusion I've come to for myself. You want these experiences of these nourishing exchanges with people that you care for. You want to do that. But if we're doing all of that, and men only have to pay half now, and they don't even have to stay married and be fathers, sometimes they find ways to do nothing for their own children. And believe you me, there's a lot of no good women out there. So it's not that. Okay? I adore men. Good men are the everything that comes to complement us and bring us to life and make us actually even more feminine, which is why I love it so much. If you're in the right dynamic, or even if it's just a little moment, where you let someone be kind to you and open a door or lift something heavy. It's just like, I used to think, the feminist thing had me thinking, oh, I can do that on my own. And now I'm like, yeah, and I could pay for that on my own too, but it's so much nicer when someone else pays for it. And don't tell me that's not true, because you're lying. So, and don't be a liar, even if you lie to the whole entire world, but just don't lie to yourself, okay? Because that right there will give you schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or something like that. It can't be good for you. I was going to say something else. I don't want people to get offended. If you're already offended, sorry, not sorry. I mean, get with it. I'm being playful because I'm talking about heavy stuff and adding that bit of levity. It helps us move through it. I should hope. I would like that if we did. So, I love my little necklace, and I'm trying to love these nails, but I don't know what I was thinking. I just was like, oh, I want to do something different. I don't know. I don't want to pay to change the color. Not at least for 2 weeks. Ish. So I want to say, like, I guess there's just got to be some kind of purpose and meaning to life beyond doing your hair and makeup as a woman. But so, like, what I'm talking about is an evolved balance that is lacking in what is expected of women and men at this point. And I think that's why so many women are really drained and angry and bitter and depressed and lonely, even if they're in relationships. Been there, done that. And I'm not even dogging men out. What I'm really trying to get at is what I touched on before, is that the architects of society have dismantled us and set us off in the wrong direction against each other and in unnatural ways. And now, I mean, so many men are like feminized, and I don't mean that in their gay way, because who cares? I don't care. Great. Give me some tips if you figured something out I haven't figured out about the things. It's not that. It's that, I mean, like, even like completely rare to go straight men are like, they think you're supposed to chase them and pay for things and like provide the house. And I'm just going like, what the? What the frick? What the frick? Now I feel like I'm gonna be one of those jerks. I'm gonna start asking them, what do you bring to the table, friendo? It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, come on, you guys. It's like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life complaining. So, like, could some of us get together and start a little mini revolution where we restore order between and harmony and the lusciousness of delightful, mutually nourishing reciprocation between the masculine and the feminine in whatever way you choose to embody that feels the most authentic and nourishing to you? Because what the heck's going on? What the heck is actively going on? Some of the most intelligent, good males from good families that I know, like, expect the female to take care of things. And I mean the stuff that men used to take care of traditionally. Like, they think you're going to provide the home. And that they're the prize. And I'm not sleeping with them, obviously, so it's isn't a disgruntled lover's quarrel, but why would I? I mean, hello. I'm not revealing my business, so you can forget about that. Oh, my hair, you're gonna see I have dark hair, which you already know if you've seen any of this. So is there a way that we can start the conversation that starts the movement where we reject the lie of free love? Because hello, HIV, STDs, unwed mothers, excuse me, unwanted children. It's just really disturbing to think that we fell for something because it appealed to our sense of freedom from the shackles of responsibility and tradition for this adventure in society for the last, you know, what is it, 60 years plus, that it's not working out too great for us. Like, I'm looking at my grandmother, my mother, myself, my baby sister, my nieces, and the only people that I know that are the women that I know that are really happy, they're actually living in what I would have previously thought like shockingly traditional relationships. And I don't mean shockingly, because I used to be super left and now I'm coming back more center because left just went a little too left for me. But also because as I got older, I realized that a lot of that stuff is idealism and it's not functional in reality. But you take your journey however you take it. This is just about an exploration of hunting the silver lining. And so we're going to have to talk about the gray clouds in order to get to the silver lining, okay? And I'm not saying that I'm for everything being traditional or against it. What I'm for us being happy as a society, not just me as a woman, but if I'm unhappy as a woman and I'm working as hard as I can to be the best person I can be for almost a half a century and I'm still really kind of sad and unfulfilled sometimes in rather fundamental ways, and I see that's actually the same thing and much worse around me. Come on, y'all. What can we do? What can we do? And I know that like decentering men was a thing a minute ago. I don't know if that's still a thing. And in Korea, you know, they were refusing to date men and get married and have babies, and that was the 4B movement. And I was interested in those things because they're a reflection of the reaction of the pain of women in this structure where men are literally responsible for less and less and less, and women are just supposed to take up all the slack. Men can look however they want to look after 50, but a woman can't, not if she wants to carry on having value in society, okay? And self-pride. You say it's not true, good for you denying reality. And so what can we do? How can we turn this around? And I think one of the things is, you know, is raising our standards and expecting men to do more than what they're doing, but not more than what they would have traditionally in the history of humanity been expected to do, is protect and provide and carry themselves with honor regarding sexuality and procreation in particular, like take care of your children. Um, I'm this might seem all over the place, but if you're listening to me and you get it, then you know that it's just about the fact that this stuff is all super interconnected, even if it doesn't directly, even if it's not directly my exact full experience. And it's just something that's really frustrating me, because I've noticed that, like, people will hit on me. Like, really? I thought I was too old for that, but okay. Um, it can be charming, but usually it's kind of jarring and startling. But it can actually be quite delicious. Depends how I'm gonna have my midlife crisis. But what I noticed is, but they don't offer anything. Like, this one particular person was hitting on me. Okay, and I'm not even really available. Like, I'm not available. I'm just saying, but they don't know that, I guess. And so I did a test, because someone said to me, "Oh, just ask him for some money and he'll go away." And I thought, oh, I don't want to be a jerk. I don't want to, And so I decided, because the person kept on, it was a neighbor, kept on, at a new place, just kept on, like, you know, you want to go out, whatever, you know how it is. Just sniffing around, see if there was anything on offer, which I think is fine if it's done respectfully. And then when you're kindly and respectfully told no, then you should, keep it moving and go find someone who's looking for it, because I'm sure they're looking for it somewhere. So I said to this person that kept on expressing, like, interest in me for, like, months, I finally was like, well, you know what? They said they liked my manicure, not this one, because this one, it's a bit, but, and I said, oh, well, you know what? It's $150 for the manicure and pedicure. And they were shocked at the price. And I said, well, and they said a month. And I was like, oh no, twice a month. So it's $300. And, because I am a big tipper, and because I want what I want, and I'm a bossy little bee. And if you give me what I want, then I'm going to take care of you, because I think that's how the universe should function. And I'm just trying to make that be a structure, just like I want to make the structure of a more balance. But so when I tell this guy, and he's quite a bit older than me, with quite a lot more money than me, that it's $300 to maintain. Like, he's like, oh, you have such nice feet, and I don't even like feet. And I was like, oh, it's my manicure. I always get, manicures and pedicures every 2 weeks, because it's just a little goodie and treat that I give myself. It makes me feel better when the whole world's falling apart, to just go, oh, look at these nails. And he was shocked at the price. And this guy's like a bona fide millionaire and decades older than me. I thought it'd be a shoo-in, like, if we were going in that direction, right? And it was just an experiment. But when I asked, and I realized, like, he wouldn't have invested $5 He, like, just expected that a beautiful woman, well, according to him, not me, I'm not saying I'm beautiful, I know who I am, I don't need to say it, but this is what he's thinking and saying verbally and expressing, that I'm good looking to him, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, I thought I was old, but I guess not compared to you, so praise the Lord. Right? And so after I couldn't rebuff him, like, effectively, by just, like, being demure and polite and going my own way, I said, oh, well, why don't you treat me to a manicure and pedicure, so you can enjoy looking at my manicure and pedicure, since you like it so much. And he was completely shocked and freaking offended that I asked for that. And I thought, and here's this guy clearly wondering, sniffing around if he could have an intimate personal relationship with me, of the kind that men and women typically have in traditional relationships. And I thought, he doesn't even want to pay for a manicure and pedicure, and he's a millionaire. And, like, what kind of world are we living in? And yet he's literally been sniffing around me for months to see if I might be on offer for a relationship. And I was always just so demure and gently rebuffing, and so, yeah, because I don't want to offend anyone or hurt anyone, and I'm not available for that. And so it just, then, okay, so I'm just going to say the ages. Okay, so that person was like 74, and I'm 49, about to be 50. Then No joke, no lie. I don't know what, the universe just wanted to give me fodder for this video. Then, an actual 27-year-old, no joke, no lie, like what was he thinking? Boy, I could be your mama. Like real talk. Same thing, but coming in hot, trying to find out, like trying to act all in love with me. And I was like, I mean, you do know my age, right? And you do know I'm not like putting myself out there in that manner. And so I did the same thing. I asked for some money in the form of a manicure and pedicure because he kept trying to hold my hand, just like the old guy did. And I was like, what the what's happening? Like, I'm thinking, like, see how I'm dressed? Like, I'm always buttoned up, and I'm not always wearing the wigs. The wigs are just fun for this. But either way, who cares? And I am literally covered from head to toe in loose, flowy clothes. It's hot. I'm not and I'm not trying to put it on offer, and I don't think it looks all that fantastic. I mean, whatever. I do my best, but I just figure I'm take care of my face as best I can, because I don't know about the rest of it. I don't know. But this 27-year-old coming in hot, trying to get with me, like really like wants a life with me. That's the impression he's giving, like very, very intensively, slightly stalkerishly, but in that sort of charming, real keen kind of golden retriever sort of a way that makes you go, oh, he's so cute. Can't do that though. So I did the same thing, and just crickets. And I was like, okay, so the 74-year-olds and the 27-year-olds that are trying to get with the 50-year-olds, let's just say this is some sort of societal structural dynamic going on, but none of them want to pony up just the manicure and pedicure money, but they intimate very, very clearly that they want an actual sexual relationship with you. You don't even give me like a sip of water or some food. So like, what if I got pregnant? Could happen. Hope not. But well, it could be awesome. But I forget that. That's a whole other thing, right? The point is that these men, what the heck is wrong with society? And they're saying, oh, you're so good looking. And I'm like, well, I try pretty hard, spend a lot of money on skincare and, makeup and da-da-da-da. And they're like, oh, no, you just look like that naturally. And I'm like, I just told you that's definitely not natural. Like, these nails, they're not natural. This hair, no. Makeup, no. Lashes, So, what can we do to turn this around? Does anyone have anything? And even if all that we do to turn it around is to start having this conversation, like, this is not okay. Like, you can't expect us to pay all of our own bills and thousands of dollars a year minimum just for basic aesthetic feminine maintenance, manicures, pedicures, skincare, makeup, hair care, the jewelry, the handbags, the heels, and all the accessories and cute outfits you want to see us in, at least during the holidays and the special occasions, right? And the random evening out to dinner for someone's birthday, right? They don't want to pay for anything, but they want it all. And they're actually offended if you mention it. Like, you're a horrible person. Like, the older guy was both the older guy, the 74-year-old and the 27-year-old. And like, why are they even talking to me? Like, what? I'm covered from head to toe. I never go out anywhere at those places where you look for people. Like, what the heck? They're like rolling up on me in my driveway. Like, hey, hi. Well, what? Okay. Well, hey, hi. Pay for it. I didn't say it that way. I said it in a nice way. Oh, well, maybe you could invest in treat me to my next one. I was very friendly and feminine and gentle about it. And they were both super offended. And I thought to myself, I'm freaking offended. Like, I'm freaking offended. Are you kidding me? Are you actively kidding me? Like, what is wrong with society? What is wrong with society? And then there's all these videos which I love listening to about, like, just because it's like salacious and scandalous and fun for me, like how to get a man to give you money. But I'm like, where are those? Because I thought if you got an older man and you were in the right neighborhood, like, they don't even want to pay for a manicure, but they want to hold your hand and they want to stare at all the things you did to make yourself look fresh and feminine and interesting to look at. And forget all the mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and physical work and nutritional work and exercise work, all the things that you've done to be healthy and alive still at 50. Healthy, alive, and enough that they're approaching you, but they're offended that I suggest that they could treat me to a $150 manicure and pedicure. That's including the tip. I'm a big tipper. Because like I said, I'm very picky, and if you give me what I want, I'm going to take care of you because I expect you to take care of me. Like, I mean, isn't reciprocation like natural? Why is it so bizarre to people? Can we please turn this around? Please turn this around. I need some silver lining in these here storm clouds. And anyone who has any thoughts or ideas, and even if this is just a conversation that regular girls that aren't like really well versed on how to get what they want in a materialistic way, which is me, but I'm working on it. Can we have this conversation that's not just sort of limited to girls who are gonna try to scam a guy or sell themselves, or I'm not even against that. I don't care. Whatever. That's not my point, but I'm just saying, what about just like a regular woman, which is what I just think of myself as a regular old person who has maybe a little bit more punchy opinions and a little bit more brave to say it. I don't know. Like, maybe just awareness would help. But what the heck? The men want us to look a certain way, and they don't even want to pay 5 cents, but they want to get with us. And I'm not even being sexual. I'm not even being like, I'm not wearing anything short or low cut. I don't have big boobs or Brazilian butt lift or a whatever the things are that would say, hi, I'm trying to be like super sexually attractive. Please come like check me out. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So like, don't think that. I'm just saying I'm specifically trying to be a classy, happy, well-balanced, healthy, good woman. And I'm realizing all these men are coming for me, men that could be my father, well, older than my father and my son. And yet neither one of them wants to give a penny. Like, I don't get it. Like, they were genuinely like shocked and offended that I suggested that. Meanwhile, they for more than 2 or 3 interactions, they're indicating it's sexual interest in me. I'm just like, what the heck, man? That sexual revolution from 1960, it did not serve women well, honey. No. And all of you who think, oh, it's fine, we're just like men, we can sleep whoever we want with, and it's in And for those of you who did that, let's have an honest conversation. How did that work out for you? How do you feel about yourself now? You feel real empowered? Because I know that you don't. You feel used and abused because they lied to you. So let's come back. Let's come back at least to ourselves as women, and then each other as other women. And let's see how we can organize ourselves so that we're making a better presentation to get a more effective relationship back on with the men in our society. Because I love a good man. Like, ooh, just make you feel so alive, just make you feel so alive. You don't even have to do anything. Just like, isn't that so nice? Look at him over there, lifting all that stuff and fix. He's so smart enough to fix and build, and ooh, I'm for it. So don't get me wrong, but come on, we gotta wake up. Like, I feel like so many people don't get it. I feel like a lot of people get it, but the people that get it seem to be in a harsher stance toward it, and I do that sometimes, and I get it and I agree, but like, is there a way that we can have a harmonious stance where we kind of turn this ship around a little bit and get into a better dynamic with the masculine and the feminine in our society? Like, they have to take care of us to have access to us. And when I say access, I don't specifically mean the act of, I mean our love, our nourishment, our care, our trust, the moral support, the little good luck charms that we are for them. Like, come on. What's up, man? Like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die and leave the world like this, okay? So somebody come and get in this with me, and let's. I know the decentering men movement is a thing, and I actually agree with that in theory in a lot of ways and practice. I'm not sure about 100% because I guess I don't understand it, or haven't practiced it well enough to understand it, but we have to have our own lives. So that's what this is about. I'm trying to have my own life here, and I'm inviting you to do it if you want to, and say like, what steps can we take? And maybe the step is just to start having the conversation I want to say in a normal way, but what I mean is a sort of like, let's say you're married and you're 50 and you don't want to leave your husband, but you're seeing these things in society. And so you're not going to just like leave your husband and try to like snag whatever little coins he's got and then go get a rich man. Like, let's say you're not going to do that. Maybe you are. We might. Depends on how we're feeling that day. But if we're not going to just cast men off entirely and give up the fundamental desire for like the gorgeous coupling of the perfect match, which of course there's nothing perfect. Okay, right, okay, but you know what I mean. Well, then what do we do? How do we turn this around with men? Because they ain't doing it, because they don't want to, because like they got it so freaking good right now. And they're miserable. They have it so. That's the funny thing about men, is they're miserable because of how good they have it. Because guess what? They don't want it easy. They don't want it. They're miserable because they're not working hard enough, and they need to suffer and struggle because that's just part of the trajectory of their spiritual evolution as males. And ours is too, maybe, childbirth, periods, like, I don't know, in a way. But is anyone wanting to come back into balance with me on this? Like, can we love men but not let them just have a free ride to our energy? Like, forget the whole actual sex thing, but just like the energy. They get all excited around us when they're into us, but it's like, well, what are you doing? What have you brought for me? Like, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I have rent, I've got bills to pay. If you're not contributing, get out. Quit siphoning energy off of me. But then if you say that, they're so shocked, like they've never heard that. They've never thought of the fact that they're enjoying everything that you have on offer while giving nothing. Like, how do we do this without being jerks and turning into a hate men type of a thing? If anyone has any ideas, please let me know. Okay, so that's like, I think this is my first actual rant, but it's really been bothering me. And so I just wanted to talk about that. And I'm going to have a lot more to say because I'm going to talk about it forever, because I love men and I love women and I want us to be happy. And I think society has been duped with some big lies by some powers that be that put it out there in terms of evolution and revolution, when really it's devolution. Okay? So tell me what you think. And as always, may this find you well. May the universe always conspire lovingly in your favor. And may we only want what God knows is truly best for us. And may that thing be magnetized to us so good. Okay? Take good care. Bye-bye.